I'm going to have to say it. Women are winning. That's right. I said it. Women are showing all of their awesomeness. And no, I'm not talking about your mother, although I'm pretty sure she's awesome also. I'm speaking of women in general. They're breaking all kinds of barriers while taking what they want, just winning and crushing it in all areas. In the words of Beyonce, who runs the world? You know the words. And with that being said, we proudly bring you the top 5 remarkable things about Tulsi Gabbard. She doesn't just believe in climate change, she's doing something about it. In her 2012 run for Congress, Gabbard received the Sierra Club of Hawaii endorsement in the Democratic primary election, citing her as a champion of Hawaii families' health, air, food, and water, and a clear leader in environmental issues. Gabbard cited environmental impact as a reason she opposed the Trans-Pacific Partnership. In December 2016, Gabbard, along with approximately 2,000 U.S. military veterans, dubbed the Veterans Stand for Standing Rock, traveled to North Dakota to join the protest against the construction of the final leg of the Dakota Access Pipeline near the Standing Rock and Cheyenne River Indian reservations. In September 2017, Gabbard introduced legislation seeking to transition the United States to 100% clean renewable energy by 2035. The bill would require electric utilities to transition to 80% renewable energy resources by 2027 and 100% renewable by 2035, while additionally setting similar vehicle emission standard goals and banning hydraulic fracturing. In November 2018, Gabbard spoke in favor of the Green New Deal, which was at the time a draft resolution to task a special House committee with coming up with legislation to eliminate fossil fuel use from the economy within a decade. Not only did she want to make a difference, she joined the fight. Tulsi has not only been the U.S. representative for Hawaii in Congress since 2013. In 2002, Gabbard ran to represent the 42nd House District of the Hawaii House of Representatives. She won the 4-candidacy Democratic primary with the polarity of 48%, beating out Rita Cabanilla, Dolfo Ramos, and Gerald Vidal. Gabbard then defeated Republican Alfonso Jimenez in the general election with 65% of the vote. And at the age of 21, this made her the youngest woman to ever serve to be an elected U.S. state legislator. In May 2011, Gabbard announced her candidacy for the U.S. House of Representatives seat. She was endorsed by the Sierra Club, Emily's List, and VoteVets.org. The Democratic mayor of Honolulu was the best-known candidate in the 6-way primary, but Gabbard won with 62,882 votes, or 55% of the vote total. The Honolulu Star Advisor described her win as an improbable rise from a distant underdog to victory. And as a Democratic nominee, Gabbard traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina, and spoke at the 2012 Democratic National Convention. She credited grassroots support as the reason for her come-from-behind win in the primary. Gabbard won the general election on November 6, 2012, defeating Republican Kiwaka Crowley by approximately 130,000 votes. Better yet, it was 80.6% of the votes. Now that's amazing. She's not scared to walk the talk. Gabbard has cited U.S. regime change involvement in Syria as a source of the Syrian refugee crisis. In 2013, Gabbard opposed the Obama administration proposed military strikes in Syria. She later introduced legislation to block U.S. military actions against Assad. She claimed that the U.S. state had been waging a regime war in Syria since 2011. central to that war to overthrow the Syrian government of Assad, along with allies Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Qatar. Gabbard was one of 3 members of Congress to vote against the House Resolution 121, which condemned the government of Syria and other parties in the conflict for war crimes and crimes against humanity, saying that though Assad is a brutal dictator, the resolution was a war bill, a thinly veiled attempt to use rationale of humanitarianism as a justification for overthrowing the Syrian government. She explained that the resolution urges the administration to create additional mechanisms for the protection of civilians, which is coded language for the creation of a so-called no-fly zone. Gabbard has rejected suggestions that the creation of such a zone would work in Syria, costing too much money and costing too many troops' lives, risking confrontation with Russia. In November 2016, she met with the United States President-elect Donald Trump in an effort to convince him of her point of view on the safe zone. Tulsi represented this country in more ways than one. In April 2003, while serving as a state legislator, Gabbard enlisted in Hawaii's National Guard. In July 2004, Gabbard asked to deploy with her Hawaii National Guard unit, volunteering for her 12-month tour in Iraq, where she served in a field medical unit as a specialist in the combat zone with the 29th Support Battalion Medical Company. She learned that she would not be able to serve with her unit and perform her duties as a legislator, and thus chose not to campaign for a second term in office. Gabbard served at the Logistics Support Area, Akanda, in Iraq. While on rest and relaxation tour in August 2005, she presented Hawaii's condolences to the government of the United Kingdom regarding the 7/7 London bombing. She served in Iraq until 2005. In March 2007, Gabbard joined the Accelerated Officers Candidate School at the Alabama Military Academy. She was the first woman to finish as a distinguished honor graduate in the Academy's 50-year history. She was commissioned as a second lieutenant and assigned again to the 29th Brigade Special Troops Battalion of the Hawaii National Guard, this time to serve as the Army's military's police officer. On October 12, 2015, Gabbard was promoted from captain to major at a ceremony at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. She continues to serve as a major in the Hawaii National Guard to this day. Tulsi is running for president. On February 2nd, 2019, Gabbard officially launched her 2020 presidential campaign, saying that it was the spirit of service above self that she announced her candidacy, supporting abortion rights, Medicare for all, and same-sex marriage. Now that's remarkable. And now that you know what makes Tulsi Gabbard so remarkable, could you do us a favor and press that subscribe button? Better yet, press that like button, or do both. Or could you just leave a comment? If you like us, leave a comment. If you don't like us, leave a comment. If you do have anything you think that we should discuss about, or a topic that should be a remarkable top 5, please let us know at this email address. And until then, have a blessed day.